Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion video. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush episode 135 just confirmed something crazy. Now this is a theory that I have theorized for a very long time. It's a theory that a lot of people, honestly, have talked about for a very long time within the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, and that is that there is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Multiverse. Now, what we mean by that is that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise is not on one exact timeline. I think this is pretty evident even from the first show. If you look at a character like Maximilian Pegasus, in the manga storyline, he dies right after Duelist Kingdom, whereas in the anime, he's not only alive through the entirety of Duel Monsters, but he even makes an appearance in the GX anime. It's a big reason why Pegasus is not in the Dark Side of Dimensions movie, as that is a sequel to the manga version of Yu-Gi-Oh! And so he has passed away by the time Dark Side of Dimensions comes in. When I did Timeline Part 2, it was really a multiverse theory. I tried to explain the entirety of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Multiverse. You know, with things like Duel Links, it's pretty obvious that there are multiple universes within the Yu-Gi-Oh! World. Well, Go Rush episode 135 just confirmed it in canon that there are parallel universes and that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Multiverse is real. We even had Kwai Duel travel to other worlds in order to obtain something that we have never seen before in Rush. Obviously, there will be major spoilers ahead for Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, so just keep that in mind. But I do want to talk about what this might mean for the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole, now that the show and the series is actually getting into the multiverse elements of the series. During the duel between Kwai Duel and Yugioh in episode 135, Kwai Duel continuously criticizes Yugioh for only fighting for himself and believes that he is just a hollow shell with no true purpose, which really angers Yugioh. Now, Kwai Duel is doing this in his mind to prepare Yugioh for the upcoming fight against Otis and potentially somebody else. I mean, Kwai Duel very well could be the final villain of this show. It wouldn't shock me at all, so take everything Kwai Duel does with a grain of salt. And if you're unfamiliar with Go Rush entirely, Kwai Duel is this insanely powerful being, genuinely one of the most powerful beings we have maybe ever seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really do believe that after 135, because he was able to travel to parallel worlds. But he begins to show Yugioh all of these parallel worlds where different things are going on, whether it's Yugioh hurting everyone because of his glamour, whether it's him being stuck in like a salad as a pickled vegetable. Honestly, a lot of these worlds are very disturbing, and that is kind of the crux of the multiverse theory in general. The multiverse, of course, refers to all of the parallel worlds that are in existence. So when you say multiverse, you're talking about all these different worlds and realities. And one of the theories regarding the multiverse is that all of these worlds can be anything. There's maybe an infinite amount of worlds, and you might be in one, like you as yourself, but it's totally different than the world that we know and exist in. And there's so many theories pertaining to the multiverse. It's a very complex thing, and Kwai Duel shows Yugioh some of these realities. And Kwai Duel confirms that he took Yugioh to another universe, and even goes on to say it's a parallel universe or a multiverse, confirming the existence of a multiverse. Now, he calls it somewhere similar to here, and he goes on to kind of use that, but basically, somewhere similar to here is just a parallel world. And when you think about all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Worlds that we've gotten, sure, Duel Monsters, at least on the anime side, GX and 5Ds all seem to be tied together thanks to a character like Yugioh, and they probably are in the same timeline. But when you start to get to Zexal and Arc 5 and all the manga series and Vrains and Duel Links being able to somehow combine all of these worlds, it leads to a lot of really cool possibilities. And Kwai Duel even goes on to say that after much research, he was able to travel to these parallel worlds. He even talks about the danger of it and says it could chain together a collapse of the entire universe. Well, Kwai Duel then goes on to show Yugioh even more disturbing worlds that may exist and probably do exist within the Yu-Gi-Oh! Multiverse worlds that, of course, we will probably never see explored. And Quaidul says that the world that they live in has been so blessed and is so fortunate and lucky just to live a somewhat normal life that if somebody else discovered the existence of their world, they could be in dire trouble because people might try to come in from parallel worlds to take away all of the wonderful stuff that they have. It is really complex, and anytime you get into a timeline, time travel, multiversal sort of show, it's very easy to be confused. Even I feel like I don't fully grasp everything that's going on in this episode, but all you need to know is Quaidul has the ability to travel to parallel worlds, and what he does at the end of the episode is unbelievable. He ritual summons a new mechanic to Rush that we have never seen before, debuting this late into Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, which is absolutely psychotic. I plan to do a whole other video on rituals and Rush and what that could mean for Yu-Gi-Oh! 9. I think it's crazy that they debuted a new mechanic in Rush so late into a show, and I do have some theories on what that could mean, but I think this could be really, really exciting for the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole. I really do believe that Duel Links is planning something big. We just had an event not too long ago where the characters of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains saw all of the other worlds at the gate. Now, they weren't able to get to these worlds or communicate with them, but I do feel like something big is happening in Duel Links, and now in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, we have a godlike character in Quaidul that was able to travel to a parallel world. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, the world that it exists in, whether it leads to sevens or not, in that multiverse exists the Duel Monsters GX and 5Ds anime, the Duel Monsters manga. It exists the Arc 5 and Zexal worlds and the Vrains worlds. So could we have something crazy in this show or in a future show? Because it seems like maybe that's where we're headed with Yu-Gi-Oh! 9. Maybe like a multiverse type show where one of these characters goes into an older world and is able to traverse the multiverse. We also have a plot point in which Goha Yuna has used the card Time Machine to actually use a time machine that has allowed characters to time travel to other points in time. Now, this is probably still going to be within the same confines of their own world. I doubt this is going to allow them to travel to a parallel world, but right now we have 3 characters in Epoch, the 4 Darkmen, and Goha Yuna. We have no idea where they are. They have all gone into the time machine without a destination, and that is something really interesting to keep an eye on. So I think the possibilities now with Yu-Gi-Oh! Confirming that a multiverse is real, literally less than 2 weeks before we are going to get a Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 announcement, is very, very exciting. Topped with the stuff going on in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, I just feel like this is going to lead to some really, really cool possibilities, and I'm very, very happy and excited as a nerd fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Multiverse is real, and all the theorizing that so many of us have done in regards to the timeline has been confirmed, as long as you believed in the multiverse, which I think a lot of us did, because fitting all the shows and manga on one timeline was impossible. It's real, and we have a character that can travel between parallel universes. Who's to say that that won't be a big plot point down the road in a future show, or maybe in a place like Duel Links? Very, very exciting. But guys, let me know your thoughts on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Multiverse being confirmed. Let me know if you think this is going to be explored, maybe in Go Rush, even though Go Rush probably is nearing its end with only about, you would assume, 14, 15 episodes left. Or let me know if you think it will be explored maybe in Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 or a show down the road. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Super excited to talk to you all down below, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.